I just ordered some parts off of TEMU for my abandoned Nissan Skyline. Now my only question is, are they going to work? Let's find out. All right, so in this box I ordered from TEMU. I'm just kidding, there's nothing in this box because it's not in this one. It's in this one. I ordered GTR fenders from TEMU, aka AliExpress. That's actually where I got them, but TEMU sounds better. And we're gonna see how they fit. It is carbon fiber, and it actually looks really, really good. So the quality so far, I'm really happy with it. We need to test fit it and see if it actually is worth spending $500 for GTR fenders, because those completely failed. Let me talk about that. A few months ago, and by a few months ago, I mean almost a year at this point, I made my own forged carbon fiber fenders, except they weren't actually forged, they were chopped carbon fiber that I put onto fiberglass. And it worked really well on this one. It actually looks really good. The blue flake and everything on that one turned out really, really well, and there was some damages on that fender that I did repair before doing the forged carbon, and the first one looks really good. Now, if we come to the second one, however, you can see just how bad this one is. The resin on this fender has completely failed, and I have worked so hard to try and get it back to a workable shape, a workable form, and it's just been a complete nightmare. I've actually worked on this one for about 3 to 4 months nonstop, and it was just absolutely horrible. I was actually in an apartment at the time whenever I started working on those, and I did all the sanding inside the apartment, and then I left and it was just completely covered in carbon fiber dust. It was horrible, and I got tired of working on it, so I want to start fresh. I want to start with something new, which led me to looking up GTR fenders. So I decided to look on TEMU/AliExpress, and that's where I got these carbon fiber fenders. Now I know some of you guys wanted to see me run these on the white Skyline, but I did trade it for my BMW drift car, which I think is a really good trade. So I will not be running those, and they're kind of just trophy pieces at this point. I don't have anything for them to go on because the carbon fiber ones are now gonna go on that car. Except there's also another one. There's a white Skyline right here that I just recently picked up. So yeah. Now you might be thinking, what the hell is wrong with me? Why do I have another Skyline again? And that's a great question. I got it for really, really cheap, and I'm still not putting the fenders on this car because if you remember, this gray car was originally getting a Rocket Bunny style kit that I was customizing, and I was gonna make it look really cool. And then I threw that away because I wanted a really clean Skyline car, which is now, this is the clean one, and that one is gonna be getting the Rocket Bunny style kit. So they're forever doomed to sit on the wall for right now. At some point we'll do something different with them, but we are going to throw these on here so it can test the fitment. Or actually, because I'm super lazy, I might just throw those on, because jacking up that car and then jacking up that car and swapping everything, I just don't want to do that right now. So I'm just gonna pull those off and put those on. Yeah. All right, so first things first, we're gonna go ahead and loosen it up, and then we'll be able to get a jack under here and take these off, which these are actually pretty loose. I'm not a huge fan of them. Now for these, oh yeah, I forgot to have massive spacers on the front. It's still gonna look stupid regardless. It's fine, it's okay. Insert impact noises. Bam, NASCAR pit stop done. All right, now that we've gotten this far, the other thing I need to do is pop the hood and put it on the roof, because I want to go ahead and remove these brackets. They are GTSD brackets, and I believe they are different than the GTR, but I could be wrong. All I know is the hood pops up too high because of this little corner area. So I'm just going to remove this, and what I'm going to do is a custom hood prop or hood pin here that's similar to the BMW, how it has little push buttons here. Same thing for the sunroof. Now we are ready to start putting fender on, I believe. So it came with a couple things in this guy. So here's, okay. Here's fender number 2. I'm just gonna set it here for now, work on it later. R32 GTR. Get that lined up there. The other thing I have to do on the other fender, I already did this, but I have to drill out a hole here. That's for the corner light. What I'm gonna do is basically mount up everything, the bumper, the hood, corner light, headlight. It's not gonna be 100%, it's just to kind of get a rough idea and see what kind of body work I need to do on these, because it is a little wavy here. I don't think anybody's gonna notice it, but I did. It's got a little bit of a dent right here. Again, I don't think anybody's gonna notice it, but I did. And I'll point that out with the actual other camera so you can see it better. Tuck back there, okay. This hole lines up. I don't think any of the other ones are going to. That's just me being pessimistic. I say that as that one's lining up perfectly, and so is that one. Oh my god, okay. TEMU fenders are the way to go. They're lining up so much better than I thought. Okay, so this one, oh yeah, that one's off. But that could be just because the body gap itself is not perfect down here, because this panel has been caved in a lot, so that's a little bit of a bummer, but can we still get it in? That is the question. I'm getting happy with it. I might run a zip tie. Ooh, yeah, I'm gonna run a zip tie there. That'll be really nice. And yeah, tire fitment's still awful. I thought it was gonna be better, but it's still awful. We've got one side pretty much completely done. I did go ahead and zip tie this right here, so that's all good. I'm gonna see if I can show you where the little dimple is. There's one here and one here. It's kind of hard to see. Maybe if I move the camera around enough, you'll at some point see it. But a little bit of dimple there, and then right here as well. Very hard to see. I see a little bit of waviness on here. I can probably block sand that down, that'll be okay. The wheel section, same thing, a little bit of rippling here, but not horrible. And if we come to this side, just to see if it matches the quarter panel, and it does, oh my god. If the door was on there, this would look so good. Now it is time to do this side, which is pretty much the same stuff. I got PB Blaster for all of these, because they are gonna need to get cleaned out. Otherwise, my bolts are gonna break. I'm gonna have to drill it out just like that side. So hopefully we can keep this all nice and clean.
12 seconds later.
Side number 2 is on, and this one looks a lot better than the other one. I don't see as many dimples or waviness or anything like that. I can see a little bit here, a little bit right here. Again, I don't know if I can get it on camera, but there's a little bit of imperfections. Nothing that I can't fix. There is a small chip that's right here, which is okay because I'm not going to be keeping the exposed carbon fiber on this. My plan for the very beginning of this car was to paint it one solid color, and it's gonna be a really, really pretty red. It's like a hot rod red color from Tropical Glitz. It looks really, really good. So that is the plan. It's just gonna go solid red. I think solid red is gonna look better than just exposed carbon fiber on this thing. We're gonna go ahead and do the corner lights and headlights, and then we'll put that hood on top and just see how good the body lines are. Maybe there's some more adjustments that I'm not seeing, but so far everything looks really, really good for some TEMU fenders. Fun fact, either I have the wrong corner light or I have to cut into this bracket here. And these are supposed to be GTR corner lights, but looking at them, they might be GTST, which are slightly smaller and now broken.
They ask you how you are, and you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine. But
it does fit when I push it back. Like everything lines up, kind of, but there's now the gap here, and this has to go back in order for them to clip together, like so. But when I do that, now there's a big gap over there. I don't know what's going on. I'm so confused. Okay, so GTST corner light is now in, and it's doing the exact same thing. So I do believe that this is a GTST light and not a GTR light. I ended up deciding to go ahead and order the OEM GTR corner lights because I do believe that these are GTST corner lights, which will not fit the GTR fenders. Until the new corner lights come in, I'm just going to run these so I can get an idea of how everything looks. I have been struggling with these hoods for so long, and it's not the hood's fault, it's actually the hood latch itself that is just not working properly for whatever reason, which is fine because we're gonna end up doing the little push tabs anyway, so that's okay. So far, I'm really happy with everything. It looks really good. There are some imperfections, but it's nothing that I can't fix, so I'll go ahead and show you what it looks like. I do love that these add some width to the side of the car. Before, when it was the GTST fenders, they're really small, and they just weren't that good. So this looks so much better, and I'm really happy with the way that they came out. The corner lights are, in fact, GTST corner lights. I mean, that is proof of it right then and there. Everything is mounted up pretty correctly. It's not 100% obviously, but that is that is for sure a GTSD corner light, not a GTR corner light, even though the eBay listing showed that it was GTR, so that is really stupid. I did go ahead and order the GTR corner lights while I was here. I also texted a friend who's got a GTR in town and asked if I can borrow a corner light. He didn't respond, so I just said screw it, I'll buy the corner light and then we'll test those out and make sure, because that's very upsetting. I don't like the way that looks. I can't make it fit properly, so we have to do the proper look, which is okay because I like the GTR corner lights even more than these anyway. These are a little ricey in my opinion, which is perfect for that car because that car is definitely way more ricey than this car is ever going to be. With that being said, the hood gap and the fender gap is not the best. It is a little wavy, and again, that's just gonna be some body work that I have to do, and the hood obviously needs a ton of body work on itself. So we're gonna figure out something we can do right here. Overall though, it is fitting up nicely. I've gotta rebuild this corner here, and then I've gotta really do some work on this side. Overall, I'm really happy with the TEMU fenders. They look great. Just ignore the hood. And those wheels are actually pretty cool too. I still like those more for this car, but those are still pretty cool. Now that we know that the TEMU fenders actually fit, and they're pretty good quality honestly, I do recommend them. They were roughly $800 total, that includes shipping, or you can buy fiberglass ones for about $600 plus shipping, which is probably gonna end up being more, or you can buy legitimate carbon fiber ones, which are about $1,500 plus shipping, or you can do OEM GTR fenders, which are about $2,000 plus shipping. It's absolutely stupid. So I'm really happy with the carbon fiber ones, and again, I do recommend them. So if you're in the budget or if you're in the market for something cheap and decent quality, check out TEMU. This is not sponsored by any means, but I think you can get some pretty good parts off of there, honestly. Shipping did take a while, and I thought that it was gonna get lost in shipping. I waited, I was patient, talked to the seller, and he actually responded. So it was legit, and again, I'm pretty happy with it. That is gonna be it for this video. That's just the install for it. They're probably gonna come off and then get put away again. And then the next time, I'm probably gonna go ahead and dive into the engine. I'm slowly working on putting it on the engine stand, but I have to remove the flywheel. I did go ahead and separate it from the transmission. So we can start diving into this, pulling it apart, making it look really, really pretty, and cleaning up a lot of the stuff while we're at it because it's kind of disgusting. I want to make it more reliable, more fun, really cool, make it look similar to how the BMW looks, which you can't see it because there's stuff, but that is, at the end of the day, the whole plan to make this car look really, really clean. So really excited. Stay tuned and look forward to that video. Like I said, that's going to be it. So I'll see you the next one. Stay awesome. Later.